Well, that's fine, though. I think they can see us.
Hello there.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to Canonsburg UP Church.
Got church?
Good afternoon.
Get church.
Right here at Canonsburg UP Church. Today is Wednesday, June 19th, 2024.
That's 19 days into
2 days.
4th of July's almost here.
my month. Yes, 2 days into summer. Uh-oh. Mr. Should I out his name, or is that a name that I shouldn't out? That's a pretty generic name.
Mr. Smith.
Mr. Smith.
Alvin?
Mr. Smith.
I'm sorry, last week I was going to be here by myself. And
I heard you bailed.
I bailed.
Did you really? You didn't even play?
No music, no conversation.
You left everybody you left your 4,000 followers.
I did.
Hanging?
I even put Facebook Live Wednesday. One is the loneliest number. And then I thought, you know what?
Lonelier number than that. Zero.
Zero, yeah.
That's how many. So people came on, right? You all came on, and you had Facebook ready, and you're waiting.
All
you're waiting,
tens of you.
Waiting, and it didn't.
Nothing happened.
Wow.
Is that a tear?
That was the tears
I
shed
couldn't-
by the masses who were expecting to hear your gifted piano
Well,
playing.
but they know my devotion to you and Aloysius.
Me?
And I couldn't do it without you guys. I just couldn't.
We were at the beach.
Of course you were.
We went to this place called Siesta Key. Boy, is it a beautiful
Siesta Key.
I've heard of it.
I mean, the beach to get to the water from the time you hit the sand is
A long time.
100 yards or more, and it's all hard sand. You don't even, you wear flip flops and it doesn't flip your sand up all over.
Was the sand hot?
No.
Okay. Was the water warm?
It was nice.
Good. You did get in.
I just up to my knees. I had to wash. We were making sand castles all day.
Oh.
Wait, grandkids?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was thinking you
No,
and
no,
Linda
no,
making
no.
sandcastles.
Well, that's what I would do if I went with Linda too.
Really?
I need something to do when I go to the beach. Just can't sit there and absorb the sun.
No, so do you do that?
We dug down to sea level, and and build a castle.
Oh,
and
that's
then
hysterical.
we buried Uncle Dan in the sand.
Okay. I generally, when I'm sitting someplace, I like to stick my hand down in the sand as far as it'll go and see what I come back with. Sometimes it's a bottle. Sometimes it's a crab. One time I had seashells that I brought home from Florida, and I put them in it was actually a crystal vase that was my grandma's, and I had it in the living room, and it was there a few weeks, and then all of a sudden I thought, it stinks in here. Something stinks in here really bad. So I sniffed it over to the vase full of shells, and here,
There's still a living animal inside.
well, he wasn't alive.
Oh, he used to be.
Well, yeah, I had ripped him in half, but I just didn't get the other half. Yeah. So that was pretty stanky. Yeah, pretty stanky.
I prefer to be in the absolute shade when I'm on the beach.
Well, you can buy shade.
I know, that's why. Or
So
in the
why
water.
go to the beach if you're going to be in the shade?
Agreed. Yeah, I don't.
But
I'm not usually a beach guy.
well, no. But even right now though, to be outside, the only way I could tolerate being outside for any length of time was getting in the water and staying in the water.
Yeah, hot outside right now.
Oh, it's hot, yeah.
Hot.
It's really hot, man.
Yes.
It's really hot. We're baking.
So you had everybody, or did you miss somebody?
We're-
No, we are.
Oh, great. Okay,
That's hilarious.
see, when you're bringing the off-screen talent onto the on-screen.
He's starting to get too technical. He
I know,
had
it's
technical issues before he got that.
way too many
Now
toys.
he's got the watch and he's trying
He's
to.
got the watch. He's
No,
got
I
the
don't
Doing everything.
phone.
I don't know if that's. Yeah, I don't know if that's doing it. 4 minutes. How long have we been
Oh,
talking?
we've been that.
Four
that far,
minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's all.
All right, so
I mean, look at what we accomplished in 4 minutes.
Not much.
Not sure what it was. Yeah,
Not much.
much.
We were talking about his vacation.
Yes, we're talking about your vacation and Pine Springs Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was. I'm going to be at Pine Springs Camp in 3 or 4 weeks. So
To do
there's
what?
I'm going to do the same. Or were they
You're a
campers?
VBS?
Were they campers or were they?
Well, moms and tots campers. I don't know.
Okay.
I think they camp. What
I
do you
will
mean?
be a VWD.
Yeah.
So I will be a volunteer weekly director. Kathy and I are going to tag team. We are going to be the volunteer weekly directors for the middle school. I think it's Journey. I always forget. You'd think I should know these things, but so Bria will be one of our campers.
So you're going to spend the time in
What are
the
you
pool
gonna
like
do?
you
What
did
are you
last
doing all
year?
week? What's Journey do?
Everything.
Oh.
Yeah, we do all the stuff.
They go
you
on the
know.
ropes. They go in the pool.
Yep.
They
Yep.
camp out overnight one night, maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I tried that once and it was like meh.
Are the cabins air conditioned?
No.
Where they eat, is it air conditioned?
It's up on
No,
top.
but it's
up on
cool.
top of the mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think anything's air conditioned there. The office is air conditioned. Of
course.
That's right. I remember. Yeah. So sometimes you
makes
might
sense.
slip into the office
Yeah.
just to.
Just to
And
dry
in 3
off.
weeks, it might not be 90 degrees.
Although, we are moving to July.
2 days till summer.
Oh, I know,
We're not
yeah.
summer yet.
No, it's not summer, the 20th, 21st?
21st.
The
The
spring equinox?
longest day, the
Is that
longest
correct?
sunshine day.
No, not the spring equinox, the summer equinox.
summer solstice.
Summer solstice, right. So the sun is
We
at the tropic of,
I have no idea, but we will have the most sunlight.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole year. Now, here's something fun for you, right?
I'm going to say it's at the top one. The one that's above
the tropic of the one on the top.
The one that's on
Yeah.
top of the equator.
Capricorn.
It's either that or Cancer. I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah, it's Capricorn or Cancer. Longitude and latitude.
But you know what's fun too? I was up in Canada, and
Canada?
Canada.
Really?
I thought you went to Florida.
I was in Florida and then I was in Canada. Let me just tell you a lot more. Let's just say that it was not nearly as hot in Canada as it was in Florida. But while I was in Canada, of course, the sun's rising and setting earlier and later.
Yeah.
Well, it is here too.
No, but I mean like the further north you
The
go.
longer the days are.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yep. Yeah, closer to the
Really?
equator, the more equal
Yeah.
your days are throughout the year.
Well, we're about equal right now.
yeah,
because
we're
I
a few
just
more minutes,
readjusted.
a few more minutes, not too much.
Well,
up
it's
north.
9:30. We're going dark right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit later than that in Canada, and then a little
Really?
bit earlier in the morning. Yeah, so.
Oh,
I mean, where in Canada?
Until you get, way up by the Arctic Circle, and then it's light out all day long.
well, yeah, and
Could
like
you
Alaska.
imagine- When you've been to Alaska?
No.
Okay, I know you have not been to. Where's the furthest north you've been?
The
cottage?
The cottage,
Yeah,
where we
okay.
go camping.
Yeah, I think the furthest north I've been.
Which is about even with the top of the United States, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Montana,
Yep.
Minnesota.
Either
I've never been.
Seattle, somewhere in Minnesota, or in northern Ontario is the furthest north I've been. But I've never been there at the extremes of the year. So I've never really seen. I couldn't imagine living where you've got 22
24
hours
of daylight.
24 hours of daylight for a week.
Oh, I could do it.
No,
Why?
man.
You buy blackout curtains. I don't even need that. I just
Well,
need
that's
to lay
what
down.
that's what you do. You just
have
put
to.
blackout curtains.
Yeah, I don't need that though. I just need to lay down. I'm going. And that's going to happen this afternoon.
Okay, it looks like it's happening now as we speak. Slowly,
No,
you might just.
no. My food. Well, that could happen.
You're going to go into a food coma.
That. I'm in it right now. Actually, I'm speaking through it.
So, most exciting thing while you were away, Al?
Oh, it was just great to see everybody there. Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm
We had
telling
dinner,
you what.
we had dinner. All my brothers and sisters and their
nice.
wives. We all went out to dinner one night, and then the kids, all the cousins, went someplace else. And so it's nice. We just had the 16 of us or whatever sitting.
Well,
at the
that
table.
and the
It was
excitement
really nice.
having two parents turn 90.
Yeah, and they're both doing great.
My goodness,
we had
that's.
a really good time.
I know. I was checking them out on the picture that you posted. Yeah, they look good. My goodness.
That's
And they still ride bikes every day.
Ride bikes every day. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What kind of bikes?
Well, they have recumbent bikes. They switched this year to recumbent bikes,
Those are
where
the
you
ones that
sit
sit down?
you sit down and you either got steering this way or you have regular bicycle steering.
Oh,
Does
okay.
it have a motor?
No,
Okay, so they're still just
pedaling away.
yeah,
Pedaling away.
awesome.
Good for
Yeah, they do
them.
10 miles a day.
What?
Nice.
Yeah. 10
10 miles a day.
Yeah.
God love them.
My family reunion had a little less family than that. It was never as big. My dad was one of 5. There's only 2 of them left, though.
Oh,
Yeah. So, but my big celebration from that gathering was that nobody had a major injury.
while they were there.
Because last year, what we do, we just do like a picnic lunch, a potluck lunch, and then we follow that up with a softball game.
Yeah.
And as everybody gets older,
The softball gets harder.
well, you know, there's challenges.
It's more dangerous.
Marg and George Falsetto, my uncle.
Hi, you
George,
guys. He
80,
said hi. I gotcha.
80s, he's a ringleader. So we're all eating lunch, and he goes, how many, raise your hand, those who want to play softball.
80 years old.
He's and still one of the better players. But last year, my cousin's husband, Mark and his wife live up north, and he works with his hands. Guy's got biceps as big as my thighs, and just real.
That's pretty big.
And he's big, strong, muscular guy.
You got some ham hocks going on there.
Well, he hits the ball, crushes it, and he's coming around third base.
And you were third base?
Pop.
Oh. What popped?
His Achilles.
Oh.
Tore it up. So we had gotten to the point where we were tied after the same number of innings.
Yeah.
And of course we
didn't
said
stop the game?
we couldn't tie.
Oh, my
So
Lord.
we play another inning. That's the inning that this happened. Like everything was
this
fine.
this was the extra inning.
And it was like we really should have just stopped. And so Mark, thank goodness we got some cousins and second cousins who were, doctors and whatnot. So they're all hobbling, grabbing ice and bringing them to the car, and they pop them in the car and they drive off to the hospital. But that was pretty much the end of the reunion.
I'd say.
Well, he comes back and everybody wants to know how he's. No surgery.
Wow.
It just it was so
tore it.
bad they couldn't perform surgery.
Okay, so it just
so they
healed.
had this long process. He said using a boot, and they kept putting these wedges in there or
Yeah.
taking them out, and slowly, and it reattached and healed itself. He looked just as
Wow.
good. I told him that.
He
I
must
said
have
no
just
running.
torn it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It must be Canadian medicine.
Hey,
Yeah.
it worked. Guys still, look great. But I said, no, hey, ease up on the running. We don't want to. And I think we actually didn't keep track of the score this year, which might.
Well, that is the adult thing to do. I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say we all went to church on Sunday, and we took over the church.
I was thinking about you on
Sarasota Church
Sunday
of the
morning.
Covenant,
Cool.
and my brother-in-law gave the sermon. He
Whoa,
had his
whoa.
name out on his sign, guest preacher,
Wonderful.
Reverend
Nice.
David Fugate.
That's your sister's husband from up in Erie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And,
Wonderful.
We had about 10 or 12 of us play in the bell choir. We had bells. We rang bells.
Wonderful.
My niece sang a solo along with the pianist there, and
Wow.
and there was maybe 30 barkers there, and about maybe 30 regular congregants there.
Well, there you go. So you doubled up
Yeah.
Nice.
for them. That's
Yeah, we
nice.
took all. They were all confused when they came in because we kind of got there early because we had
Took all their
we had to
pews.
practice, and I think we sat in their seats.
Well, now let me ask you this. Do all the Barkers, I see your kids favor Linda. Your kids favor Linda.
You mean
Yeah.
physically?
Yeah.
You mean they look alike?
Do your brothers and sisters look like you?
Oh,
No one looks like Al. Al's
I don't
unique.
know. Some people have dead nuts.
They can
right,
pick it
you know,
out?
like my brother and his son. He looks like a mini me. You know.
Okay.
And other ones, I don't see any family resemblance.
Yeah.
And I don't. A lot of people see family resemblances. I don't necessarily.
You know,
see
sometimes you just see it in a profile. I noticed that with your kids and Bridget.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brennan especially has her profile
Yeah.
in his face.
I see your sister. The way you smile.
Mm-hmm.
I see that. Yeah.
Well, he's a happy guy. I love
Right.
him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love him,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And we need to keep our friend Dave Garrison in our prayers. And he got good news today, and
Yeah.
he had his procedure, and there's a little less pain going on.
Yep.
Yeah,
Praise God.
yeah. Dave Garrison is a longtime member of this church.
Yeah, I saw his name on the prayer list.
Yeah,
Wasn't sure what was going on.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll be praying for him.
yeah. Be praying for him. Yeah.
I heard great things.
About Debbie?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Maggie
Oh yeah, my goodness.
actually
gracious.
had a nice conversation with her dad.
Oh, that's right.
Got to get her back before she
Good.
goes out to school.
I got to see her rehearse.
Did you?
Yes, it was.
Oh, she didn't need to rehearse.
It was outstanding.
Oh my! When she came in, she played the prayer first.
She had a whole book of music. She just
Yeah,
needed
she
which,
did.
which one do you want me to play with?
Yeah, she did. Well, she wanted to play the prayer, and so I said okay, and she played it and played it beautifully. And I said that can be the anthem. And then she said, well, I have this other classical one, and she had it memorized. There was no music there.
Cool.
Memorized. Okay. It was a Chopin.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I could have never played. what she
Really?
played. Never. He would have attempted it.
Okay.
I never would have attempted
Yeah,
it.
you would have got bored halfway through reading.
I couldn't have read it. No. There was. I admired her.
You know, this
for,
hand was going this way, and this
Oh,
hand was going
my.
this way, and
She can play.
nice. Very
Yeah. What? You know what her major's going to be in college?
I believe I believe what she wants is electrical engineering. I don't know whether you go right into that program or
Okay.
whatever, but yeah, that's what.
Electrical engineering.
I believe that's what it was.
Really? Wonder why.
You know, just because you can play the piano doesn't mean you can't be an engineer.
Well, I know that. Look at the things I accomplished in my life.
Look at
There
this
you
guy
go.
right here.
I mean, I was a store manager,
There you go.
and look at him,
And a piano player. at the
and a
same
piano
time.
player. Yeah,
And just because you go all the way through high school taking music doesn't mean you can play a lick of piano at all.
exactly. Look at you.
That's right. I don't.
Where's your
piano.
saxophone when you need it?
I never owned a saxophone, so that's what.
I'll buy you one.
Do you really?
I got
You'll
one.
be disappointed. Yeah, you'd be disappointed too. I would.
I've got one if you want to practice. You know,
Oh.
practice up. Yeah.
Alto, right?
Steve-O, yeah,
Is it
Steve-O
alto?
played it.
I would be even. So I think I told you guys that one time back in
You couldn't-
Ohio,
yeah.
I pulled out a tenor saxophone from the music store down the street. They gave me a reed, everything. I couldn't get the tenor. I couldn't get my embouchure. So the alto would be
So
even
you didn't
worse.
bring it to the worship service and play for the congregation?
Never. No, I was never that good. No, I was like. So if you've got a group, right?
Yeah.
And you got 10 tenor saxophones, I was number 10. I was just, I played most of the notes most of the time. I was there for the fun. I enjoyed the music.
That was me going out for basketball that year.
There you go.
Yeah.
I loved Sing, Sing, Sing. Oh, yeah. Playing the jazz, in the mood.
In the mood.
In the mood. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's
I sang it once in
there's a
choir,
video
too. Yep.
I posted on Facebook of some international or national youth orchestra that
Yeah.
did that, and they started with the drums first. It's
Wait,
beautiful.
wait. Is it that or Sing, Sing, Sing? Sing, Sing, Sing's the one with the big drum solo. That's Sing, Sing, Sing. That's the opening to, if you like that music, Swing Kids.
Oh, okay.
It's you can find it. Great movie. Great.
Oh, it
Not
is
sure
from
that
the
I know that
40s.
song.
Oh yeah.
That's Art Deco music.
30s.
Not from your singing version of it, anyways.
In the
Boom,
mood.
boom, boom, boom.
Oh, that bum 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 ba 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 bum 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 ba ba da ba 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 ba.
Somebody call an ambulance.
That's Sing Sing Sing.
Okay.
In the mood though is a little different.
I'm in the mood
No,
for love.
no, that's different. That's different.
No?
No.
Who sang I'm in the mood?
It's what you told me. in the
Historically,
mood.
historically on television.
Oh.
Who sang I'm in the mood for love?
Oh, I'm in the mood for love, not in the mood.
No, in television.
Do you know the
Historically.
answer?
Huh?
Do you know the
Yes,
answer?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Darling, but when you're near me, I'm in the mood for. Oh.
I'm in the mood for love simply because you're near me. Funny, but
last
when
person just
you're
turned off.
near me. Alfalfa from our gang.
Which was, that was not called the Little Rascals at first.
was called Our Gang.
Our Gang. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alfalfa. Wasn't it Alvin? I see you looking at that.
I believe. So
You
yeah.
know, it was sung by Julie London.
Julie London. I don't know Julie London. Yeah. Nat King Cole. That doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
he
me.
would have sang that.
Yeah.
Who originally sang it?
There we go. Who originally sang it?
Francis Langford,
Francis Langford.
1935.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been about the right
It was written
time.
by Jimmy McHugh. The lyrics by Dorothy Fields. All right. Get their
Television-wise.
posthumous credit.
Television-wise,
Yeah. You
Alfalfa.
think he sang it first?
No, I mean, but
Yeah,
he made it popular.
Made it famous.
And he sang that to,
Darla.
is that who it was?
Darla. Yeah. Yeah. That was his love interest.
Because he went, near me. Yeah.
And they would do something funny with his.
Yes, he had a cowlick.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a cowlick.
Well, usually it's a cowlick when it's here, right? Or if
No, it's a
back
cowlick
still?
over there, too,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, I've got one of those.
So how
I
do
know
you
you
know
do.
the Little Rascals? I don't even know the Little Rascals. Yeah.
They
You don't
made it-
know the Little Rascals?
Well, I know I've heard of them.
Okay.
I've never watched the Little
Really?
Rascals.
So
Have
two
you ever
reasons.
watched? Go ahead.
In the 80s, they started rebroadcasting them.
Yeah.
And then they made a new movie about it, I
Yes.
want to say in the
With
90s.
different Little Rascals, of
Yeah,
course.
very different kids.
Yeah.
And I think, who was it? Oh, shoot. There was it was, what's the famous, so two famous country
Singers.
singers, women, both still, Reba McEntire.
Okay.
Reba McEntire had a little cameo in it.
Oh.
Because they did a soapbox derby race
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
And she's the one who gives the trophy.
Oh.
They all think it's a man because the name is like a famous driver, and turns out it's a woman, of course, because this whole they got this He-Man woman haters club.
Oh, yeah.
That's anyway. So.
Wow, you can tell. It was
I've seen
of
the
its
movie many
time.
times because of my siblings. I think it was. Yeah.
Well, I watched It's a Wonderful Life at his house at Christmas time.
That's a good
And
movie.
what I enjoyed more than anything, because I told you that movie spooks me, but I enjoyed watching it with them because I recognized
The
other
actors.
actors that they never had recognized before, especially when I came up with Sheldon Leonard. Remember you looked that up
I don't
while we
remember
watched
now.
it.
Which one was that?
He was the
played?
bartender.
Oh.
Yes, Sheldon Leonard.
Okay.
Who was later in his career a TV creator of many shows, like Dick Van Dyke, in that era of Andy Griffith and Dennis the Menace and
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie, great actors.
no, these are television programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else I was thinking about the other day? Do you remember when we were kids, Alvin, that they had Tarzan on in the morning on Saturday mornings? One of the channels ran Tarzan movies all the time.
Sure.
And they used to show those big snakes slithering in the jungle. That was where my fear of snakes came from. I'm telling you. I won't pick up a magazine with a snake on it.
Wow.
And right now, I just finished a book where the killer was using snakes.
You finished it.
I finished.
That's an accomplishment.
Yeah, well,
This reminds me of my sermon series before I left, right?
snakes?
No. It's
Of fear.
Yeah. Kenton's not afraid of death. Kenton's not afraid of this.
No.
The snakes.
Snakes? You got me.
Did I told you the story about the snake in my office back in Ohio?
No.
So I'm sitting there, and my office was a cubicle.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Of course it
And
was.
I'm sitting there. So if this, sitting here, there's a door there, but it's open. And I have my robe hanging on there. So
Your robe?
bookshelf,
What did you have a robe for?
Weddings,
what'd you have a
weddings
robe
and
for?
funerals. Same thing I have you for here.
Okay.
So doors there. My desk, my desk is like here. There's two chairs right there. I'm sitting with a bride and her mother. We're talking about a wedding.
Oh my.
And out of the corner, so I'm sitting like this, and out of the corner of my eye, I see something move. I get up,
Oh my Lord.
and I just kind of again close the door, so open
Yeah.
it, and behind the bookshelf, snake.
What kind?
I didn't know.
What color?
But I'll tell you, This bride pops up on her feet off the floor, freaking out. Mother's a little bit more composed, not much.
I'd have been on your desk.
And
dude.
I'm like, there's a snake in there. So we get the custodian to come in here. Gets it. Now this is in a rural area.
Yeah.
I mean,
And the custodian was okay with going in and going after the snake?
he was a really nice guy. Took it out back in the bush and.
Oh, he got it out?
He got it out.
What do you use to get it out?
I don't even remember. Put it in a
sticker?
box. Put it in
Oh.
a box and carried it out. It's just a black rat snake. So it was
That's still gross
pretty
to me.
harmless. But yeah.
Why do they call a rat snake a rat snake?
They eat rats.
There you go.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do.
Oh. Well, then they're handy to have
Mice,
around.
you know, mice and rats.
But how
Yeah,
do
they're
they
good.
tell?
They're good to have around, yes.
Because I hate rats. So
Well-
I want those snakes around.
Well, somebody once, I was talking to somebody. Oh yeah, somebody had asked somebody, "Would you babysit my rats for a week?"
Nope.
I'm like, "Not me. I would never do
sorry,
that."
not happening.
I said, "I hope you said no."
Yeah, no. No, well, no.
No.
I will not be responsible for
Oh
them.
no.
They're certainly not coming into my house.
No, my no.
No. Those tails.
No.
But they're pets.
For you.
Yeah. Well, I don't like snakes either. I hate.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
yeah. I don't, I mean, I'm not going to have a snake as a pet.
I've run them over with the lawnmower and chopped them up.
You know,
much work.
I tend to stay away from them when I see them,
Yeah,
and hope that they stay away from
they
me.
would. Yeah, I know that.
I've got
But
a
you
pair
know-
of Indiana Joneses here.
But sometimes I think they know you're scared. You know, I think you get a snake looking in your eyes, and he's like, "Come on."
my
come on.
first whitewater rafting trip on the American River, 25 years ago, almost. Woke up next day, so 2-day trip, from a tent
Oh no.
in the corner just
Oh
outside.
no.
Rattlesnake.
Ooh, yeah.
Could you hear him rattling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my.
Baby rattlesnake, thank goodness.
Yeah.
And one of my compatriots took a rock and was able to get rid of it. Yeah, but yeah, that one was a lot scarier than the rat snake.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
especially you're out in the wilderness, you know. I mean, it's a 2-day trip.
I know. What if he bit you?
Exactly. Yeah. You'd have
Well,
to go to
see-
the nearest road and.
One of the victims in my last book got killed by a copperhead in her bed.
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay out of your bed. Stay out of her bed.
I'm.
Don't climb into her bed.
I've been checking my
you know,
bed
you
for
don't
a
hear
week
about
now.
problems with snakes very often.
Hmm?
You don't hear about people getting bitten by snakes or
But
having
it happens.
issues with snakes. Yeah, not
It happens.
not very often.
And then you know what I was watching yesterday? I was watching House Hunters, and this guy was in Thailand. He was moving to
It was
Thailand.
House Hunters International.
Yes, and he was moving to Thailand, and they eat alligators there.
I've had alligator
Mm-hmm.
before
Oh, have you?
In Florida?
in Louisiana.
Okay. I had it in Florida. Yeah.
How? What did it taste like?
Chicken.
That's what he
A little
said too.
chewier. But
Well, that's what they say snake tastes like too, is chicken. Have you eaten snake?
I don't think so.
No, I'm scared they would come back together and crawl back out. No. I can't do snakes. Can't do it. We got stuff going on in church here.
we got some this Sunday. So we're still one service, 10 a.m.
Has everybody,
Come early to
has
get a seat.
everybody been showing up on time?
So let's see.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
here
so.
for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks of it. We've had to. So I did not see anybody show up late.
No.
I didn't see
Or
anybody.
early.
No,
Or,
not,
no.
I mean,
You know what's really funny about last Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
10 to 11, 10 to 10, I mean. I was over there talking to Beverly, and I could have counted
Mm-hmm. Yep.
how many people were here. And in that last 10 minutes, okay, I mean, it was like,
so here's
I find that too. That
Yeah.
at the last minute. Yeah.
especially when you're playing the prelude and you're not.
here's the funny thing is, so I was in Canada on Sunday, and we were doing that. I mean, I was not preaching. I was not
Right.
doing anything. I wasn't showing up early.
Right.
My actually sister and brother had a role to play with the church, a little bit larger church, and so they had something to do. So I took myself, Aiden and Bria, and my 2 nieces, and we all piled in the car. But I'm looking at the clock. It's like 20 minutes before I'm finishing up getting ready. Yeah, I'm doing the thing that most people do.
Yeah.
They just show up. And
Were
they're
you
done.
late?
I think it was like 10:01 when I was there. Yes.
Oh,
But you know what?
I just
Mr.
don't
Late.
I just don't understand it. I mean, you've got all morning to
I
get
know.
ready, and
No.
you're late.
Yeah. Well, I was making sure everybody else got ready first.
oh, sure.
You know, when I'm a greeter, standing downstairs,
Yep.
and I'm looking at my watch, and it's time.
Now,
to
the
start
last 2
starting,
days-
and somebody's coming, and
feeling-
you better get moving.
The last 2 days, he and I have had meetings, and I've been late for both of them. It's really thrown him off.
I said, "What's wrong, Kenton?" He's not telling me
wrong.
yet. So you find out. Reach out to Kenton and say, "Hey, Kenton, what's wrong? Why are you showing up late?"
I'm not showing up late. I'm just not rushing anymore,
Oh, okay.
except on Sunday mornings.
He's getting older.
What did you say?
Yeah, hearing's going.
I heard you what you said.
Hey, Sunday though, in addition to 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Baptism. We got a
Baptism.
baptism going on.
Are we
Yes.
still talking about fear?
No. Something
Done.
different, something
Okay.
different.
Fear is
I
over.
got a no series right now. Although we might do a mini series that.
You mean you're
takes
actually
into-
going to pick some scripture and preach?
I always pick some scripture and preach.
I mean,
You want me to just open up my Bible and do that?
yes.
Okay. You know what? You know what?
That's
oh,
fine.
now you're in trouble.
No.
I might
no,
do
no.
that.
Well, you have a place
I'll
in mind
just show
now.
up. I'll just show up Sunday morning. And go, Kenton
No. Oh, well, you can say
Kenton
that.
Al, this one's for you. I have no idea what I'm preaching on.
Well, you
No.
got a good chance of it being good.
It's the Bible. I'm sure I can find something, right? So let me tell you a fun story. I was doing a Bible.
I mean, you're making Bible sound like a boring book to
I
read.
didn't-
There's
no,
nothing
I didn't.
that if you just open it up and,
And
go
you
like
can't
this, then
open
it's
it
not
to
going
the
to be
middle
a good story.
because you come in
know?
Psalms, and
I
that's
know,
too
you're gonna
easy.
get- So that's tricky. Okay, so let me tell you a story.
I want to hear about
It was
Job.
a Bible. I was
Give me some
doing
Job.
a Bible study.
That's
Give me some numbers.
That's depressing.
Huh?
Job is depressing.
Well,
I got a couple passages of Job that could
How
be
about
less
some
than depressing,
Chronicles?
but anyway. So I mean, history of the kings and stuff. Fine, whatever. I'm doing a Bible study with 3 friends. 4 friends. I can't remember. It's 3
This
or
is
4. Anyway,
online?
back in Ohio, and I said, well, I don't know if this was the carrot or if it just came up, and I said, you know what? We do this. You can pick. I'll let you next time I preach or whenever I'm going to preach it this Sunday coming up. I'll let you guys pick whatever passage you want me to preach from. And they're like, okay. So we're reading through Judges,
okay.
and they're like, okay, Don, you got to preach this passage.
What was it?
This is the story. I can't remember the judge's name, who sneaks in to assassinate this king, and he does it by putting a sword on his left hand.
He didn't use snakes.
Didn't use snakes, but he buries the sword deeply into this very large king.
Okay.
So much so that nobody could tell that there was a sword buried in his belly.
Wow, that's large.
And this is what I preached on. Yeah. So they didn't think I would go through with it, but I did it.
I
let
once
them-
knew a fat lady that didn't know she was pregnant.
Well, that's a whole different
It
conversation.
is, sorry.
But but yeah. So maybe I'd let you guys.
I love you, Alvin.
Well, I mean,
choose the text.
you could have people, write on a piece of paper
What?
and put it in the offering.
Yeah,
plate,
suggestion box.
A passage that you'd like.
Yeah, let's put a
that you'd like
suggestion.
I mean, you'd probably
Suggest-
get 20.
I think that should be,
20
we should just be
suggestions.
called a Don's box.
And,
Yep.
and you can choose to do it or not.
Right,
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
but you'll get enough that nobody knows
Yeah.
whether you're actually doing something.
Because, let me tell you something.
That's not a bad idea.
You can preach instead of teach. Preach it,
I
John.
usually do preach. That's right.
But you teach when you preach.
There's always a mixture of both. But yeah,
Well,
sure.
I would rather have you preach.
Okay.
I want
What's
good
the difference?
stories about Jesus. And I want how it affects my life and how living that life can affect everybody
I think
else's
that's what he
life.
does all the time.
Huh?
I think that's what he does all the time.
Oh, well, sometimes I get lost.
All right. I'm taking what you guys are. We're gonna. We'll do that. I'll reach out. The entire congregation.
Might be interesting.
Online.
It might be interesting once you get.
It might
That'd be
be.
great.
It might not be,
No, it could be terrible.
Could
You're
be,
right.
silent, could be
We tried.
silent.
How long are you dedicated for?
So what I think we'll do is I'll have to like give
Put it in the
amount
bulletin.
of time. That's what I'm saying. I'll have to put amount of time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, for the next several weeks, put suggestions
How
about
about
what
for
you'd
summer?
like to. Yeah. Well, I'm saying is you got to do the timeline for you're going to invite people, and then you'll start preaching on it because there's got to be some preparation. You don't want me to just open my Bible.
Oh, well, no.
and, okay. Well, I guess.
No, because
What's the preparation? You want
there would
something-
be. You would go a lot.
I could talk about anything, whether it would be productive.
Well, that's obvious.
Whether it be valuable. You know.
That's obvious.
I'm going to preach about something you've heard many times.
What is it?
And I don't think I've ever preached it.
What is it?
Wow.
Time.
No, not a topic, a passage.
Passage. What is it?
Is there something you've heard many times? What are some things you might hear a lot?
You mean quotes from the Bible?
Something that you hear regularly in a service.
In a service. The Lord be with you.
Close.
Peace be with you. Amen.
The Lord
Said. The Lord
How about often said at the end of a service? The Lord
bless you
Uh-huh.
and keep you
Uh-huh.
and let his countenance fall upon you.
Yeah,
and give
yeah,
you
you
peace.
skip some, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to preach Numbers 7, 22 to
Lord
27.
bless you
Yeah. The
and
blessing.
keep you.
It's an ironic blessing, not ironic.
Ironic.
Not ironic. It's the priestly blessing. And I was like, I've never, to my recollection, ever in 20 plus years
Well, a lot of people don't know what
preached
countenance
on
is.
that face. Yeah. It doesn't even say countenance in your
It
NIV.
was one of
Well-
those words he had on his chalkboard. Those big words that nobody knows what they mean.
Well, but the use of it in a sentence does imply a lot. We come from thinkers rather than just readers. We think. Remember implied? The use of the word implied the meaning. Remember that? You don't remember that. Of course, I also can't believe they don't diagram sentences anymore, which I find amazing. But you know what?
We're talking old days and today. I mean, there's a big difference, in how they used to teach and how they
Look,
teach
there
now.
wasn't a coal stove in the corner of the room, okay?
Did you have a coal stove in the corner of your
Would
room?
you have the wood fireplace?
No, but we did have a coal boiler that ran.
Did you really?
Yeah, in the Hawthorne School. Yeah. Yeah, you could always smell it.
So, I think
Hawthorne School's gone.
time to put a bow on this time.
You are?
Yeah, we're gonna pull a bow on this.
Why? Who said?
Some people
Who
were
said-
asking
Who
about.
said you're the boss?
I'm not the boss.
Who's the boss?
What
And Tony Danza.
What were people asking about?
Yeah, what were people asking about?
do you mean?
You just said people have been asking.
About your music?
They have not been asking.
They missed it last week.
That was 4,000 people.
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since anybody had any live music from Kenton.
By the way, did you look at the
You're a star.
So it's-
I'm fielding calls from
mean,
national.
your fielding calls?
No. But you know what? One of our get this. Here's something fun. So our VBS skits, right, include a character who's a social media influencer.
Yeah.
Could be you. You know how
I'll
they
do
got?
it.
You know how they went viral?
How?
Their videos, reading the manuals for VCRs and refrigerators and stuff
Oh, my
like that.
Lord.
Yeah, that's their.
They went viral like
That's
that.
the backstory. Yeah, yeah.
On YouTube.
I created them. Yeah, they're not real. But I think you should give it a shot. That's what we should do. We'll do TikTok videos. I could do the voiceover.
No.
Your music.
We're not joining
And it's just
TikTok.
going to
It's
be
dangerous.
next push the button. It could be fine. We could do